dictate the pace. Aloha goes to the left, gives that lay-in, and that's going to be the first 2 points here in Game 3. Dalanan saves it. She goes to Onyanwa. Oma finds herself wide open and gets the 2 in. Pingol now attacking. She sprays it. 2 is no good. Now from underneath, Pingol again gets that bucket in.
Taking a look at that strong drive, outrunning, outpacing is Aloha Betano, but from underneath is a strong move there by Onyanwa. But of course, Carl and Pingol answers back with a point blank range from underneath.
Trying to make sure that this doesn't end up like it did in Game 2. Oh, a great find. Solis gets the finish. As we return to our action here, Maglupay gets that off the bank and in. Maglupay. So what does this veteran status do in a game number 3?
I think it's more than just the scoring. Ken Pastrana's maturity to, settle everyone down and trying to make sure that no one gets rattled with the defense of NU.
Accolades that they piled up over the years here in the UAAP. Aloha Betano just powering her way through. Kayabyab, the 3 gets that one in.
That's right, that level of intensity as we take a look at Christine Kayabyab's smooth 3-pointer from way downtown.
Pastrana goes underneath to Onyanwa. Oma using her size advantage against Angel. Jimmy Lequete also gets that miss. Dangerous pass, but that is rewarded.
Amazing play coming from Betano to Solis, just pushing the ball forward as we see a dangerous pass, but managed to maximize that fast break opportunity in Solis.
And my goodness, Danica, that looked so good.
Defense of NU, they have been scoreless the past 2 minutes.
Hindi Medina! I didn't know the bank was open on a Sunday. Her and Pingol working underneath, getting that bucket in, a quality shot.
And that's what we saw in the previous play. Taking her time, trying to push it in and pull through with that shot.
Or rather 9 so far. Christine Kayabyab, what a beautiful bucket.
That is that quick too.
Christine Kayabyab has this switch that she turns on whenever she says, oh, I need to take over. And that's exactly what is on today. Now it's in the hands of Ken Pastrana, bulldozing her way through and getting that 2.
What a strong move.
Tine challenging the defense of Pastrana. Tine, again another bucket. Giving it to Reliquete, the running Eka Soriano, reverse, no. CJ Maglupay though, and that's the beauty of UST. She goes to Eka. Soriano back to Pastrana for 3. Ken Pastrana!
First 3-pointer of the ball game. As we take a look at that wide open shot from beyond the arc, Ken Pastrana trying to stop the momentum for the NU Lady Bulldogs.
Soriano sizing up Villanueva. Sherba for 3. Karel hits the bottom of the net.
That's exactly what we're talking.
Eka, offensive rebound. Santos, the swing. Sherba, the shot. Sherba! Basket and 1!
And now the game is tied. UST was down by as much as 10 points a minute ago. And now, after 3 possessions, the game is tied at 23, courtesy of Karil Sierba.
Eka to Sherba. Karil was picked up. And that's going to be a 12-0 run.
Karil Sierba making a run of her own. 8 straight points for Karil Sierba, just doing it all for UST.
Santos, 10 seconds to operate. She gives it up to Eka. Soriano, back to Santos. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Great pass, great finish. The Growling Tigresses on a run. Ken Pastrana on the move. Ken Pastrana.
The level of intensity and energy that this team gets is also coming from the crowd. They're just as hyped up as we are. We've seen behind the back passes. We've seen fast break opportunities. Strong move from the outside. And
Pino loses it but recovers. Angel now has it. Angel Sorada gets that finish.
good save there by Angel Sorada.
This ball game. Pastrana attracting multiple defenders, but that is no problem for Ken.
Oh, halata. I wouldn't be surprised anymore.
Kayabya, beautiful bucket there.
Broken play, all roads to Kayabyab.
Soriano, quick release to CJ.
Soriano with the...
Eka, 5 seconds. Soriano to Pastrana. Ken for 3. Again and again and again. Ken Pastrana delivers here for UST.
Which came from the second quarter, hitting that three-pointer from way downtown. 50% from the three-point area is Ken Pastrana.
And more importantly, she puts UST on top by 7 at the end of the first half tournament this season 88. And you can also catch our games on One Sports, the UAAP Varsity Channel, and the Filipinas Live.
Kayabyab Santos underneath the basket, but we see here UST making a run for it on that fast break off setup for the likes of Aloha Betano. Now we see here another turnover committed here by NU, forcing UST on that.
10 seconds to create something. They go over to Carl and Pingol, and finally that bucket falls in.
Well, I know it's been very difficult and challenging for her to make an easy shot, but of course, even if she made the shot,
Yanwa just finishing because of that length. Oh, but the swat there by Angel Sorada.
Carl and Pingol. But of course, swatted, rejected by Angel Sorada.
She can facilitate, she can defend, she can shoot. And speaking of shooting, Marga Villanueva, the best three-point shooter in the league. Sherba goes to Soriano. Eka, too much space, too much swagger.
As we take a look at that smooth shot there by Marga Villanueva, first triple of the quarter. And now we see Eka Soriano answering back from the corner, courtesy of that pass from
the transitioning defense of UST, but now she gets a clean look at it, and she is rewarded with a 3.
3 straight possessions coming from beyond the arc for these two teams, and they went for the quick 2.
Sherba trying to slow things down. They go to Koy. Danganan for 3. Gets that bucket in.
Big shot there here in the third period.
And they have their 6th man here together with NU. It's not just the players who are Pastrana attacking baseline. CJ drop pass. Eka Soriano.
Talk about the level of energy that this crowd is feeding this UST team. What an unselfish basketball displayed here by UST.
Bothered there by the defense. Sherba this time around. Karel connects.
Wide open. Karel
To find some answers if they want to stay alive. Santos for 3. Everything connecting on the side of UST. Everything going their way. 44.
Talking about unselfish basketball, Karel Svier by waxing hot from the three-point line. Joins the three-point shooting is Bridget Santos from the other end of the corner.
And chance of Gooste is ringing here at the SM Mall of Asia.
Easy for UST now. And another turnover was committed here by Betano.
And that is going to be costly if they keep committing that.
17 turnovers, most of which came from the third period as Angel Sorada powers her way
Sorada goes to Villanueva. Marga! Beautiful.
Recognition then by Sorada, drawing the UST team. Marga Villanueva from the corner.
Right now that we're here, now that it's happening, and now that Marga Villanueva is fired up, and heavy minutes on Aloha, Sorada, and in Kayabyab, and that's the reason why Aloha DA needs her badly, because she's able to orchestrate plays like that with a touchdown by Sorada. Pastrana letting Angel fly by, and she just attacks the defense there of Betan, giving them another opportunity. Pingo goes to Betanyo. Betanyo, long three, bomb, it's good!
So will they translate it to offense?
Kayabyab, short. She gets her own miss. Kayabyab again. Christine Kayabyab doing everything she possibly can here in the final few sequences. Solis going all the way with the block there by Onyanwa. Defense wins championships, and right now a championship is on the line as Agatha Braun.
We're not sure if she's really nursing an injury now in the finals, but definitely the scoring output and defensive energy of Pingol is what's missing. And I'm sure for everyone who's watching live here in the MOA Arena, even those who are watching at home, definitely had the biggest impact for UST. A lot of people tried to support, came out to support, inspired and motivated this team here in the final game of the season.
Here's the joy with the championship.
And I think that's definitely the best feeling ever if you're Ken Pastrana and Eka Soriano, just leaving your UAAP career, ending your final season with a championship, a character statement win for this UST team who was down by as much as 10 points in the first quarter, but bouncing back, especially when they needed it most, scoring 30 big points in the third quarter. A collective effort. Definitely the team left everything on the floor.
And there you have it, the final buzzer sounded here at the SM Mall of Asia Arena. The champions back on top. Ken Pastrana, Eka Soriano, and the rest of the UST Growling Tigresses are your season 88 UAAP Women's Basketball Champions.